Hello, and welcome to Stream of Chaos. My name is Dave, and I'll be a keeper of arcane lore for this session of Call of Cthulhu. I hoisted this book way too early, but it's up now, and I'm going to hold it through the whole introduction. Today we are continuing our playthrough of the Two-Headed Serpent. You can get your own copy of this campaign from Chaosium.com. You can find all of our VODs over on the Chaosium YouTube, and we do stream live each Friday at 4 p.m. Pacific. So if you want to join us, come on over and check out the Twitch channel. We also have a Discord server where we sort of hang out and talk, which is pretty sweet. And there's 2 streams which are happening next week, and this book's going to get less relevant, so I'm going to put that down. One is we are continuing our RuneQuest campaign, which Jim is running, and myself and Bridget are playing in. That is going to be on Monday at 6 p.m. Pacific, and we're also being joined by a special guest next week, and for a couple of sessions, Harley Kane is going to be playing with us. It's going to be her sort of jumping into RuneQuest and getting a feel for it, so that should be a lot of fun. Additionally, the next day at the same time, so that's Tuesday at 6 p.m. Pacific, I believe we are going ahead with our Regency live play. Well, it's not live, is it? We pre-recorded it. Our Regency actual play is the correct term. So come on down and find some decorum and despair, some Regency Cthulhu that's run by Brian, and it's a ton of fun. So definitely come and check that out. As we prepare to jump back into our campaign, we are resolving our North Borneo section, but I will reiterate for the time being that there are sort of horror-themed descriptions of quarantine procedures and the spread of virulent disease, so keep that in mind. Beyond that, without further ado, let's return to our story and meet our heroes once more. So, the 4 of you have returned from nuking a mountain. Another successful mission for the squad. Great content. And as you've traipsed your way back, you have returned to the farm, headed inside the manor to meet with your old friend Shapiro, trusted Shapiro, good boy Shapiro. And to the best of your knowledge, he seems okay, except Lieutenant Carter has noticed a couple of choice changes in decorum to the room. There is a interesting splatter of blood underneath the bed. And also, Shapiro's decided not to sweat anymore. He has willed himself clear of the humidity and the heat. So I'll pass it to each of you to introduce your investigators. Let's see how they're handling a full night of hiking through the woods, getting blasted by fire and attacking rats and faceless horrors. Art.
Crashing a plane.
And crashing a plane. Art, would you like to be?
Hi, I'm Art. I forgot we crashed a plane.
Well, I didn't ever hit.
Fair. I know I was in the back of a plane. I don't remember a huge amount, except that my dear friend Sam must be protected at all times. And if he's not in a general place of safety, I must ensure that either he's moved to a place of safety or the place that he's in becomes extremely safe.
That's true. You have had we have had the first bout of madness on stream. And actually, it's here in my notes. Can you please add +5 to your Cthulhu Mythos score while I'm thinking of that? Because that is, you have had the first bout of madness triggered by seeing horrible nonsense. So, congratulations.
Yay!
You earned the door prize.
I am now not able to get above 89 sanity.
Woohoo! All right.
11. Did I actually introduce who I was? But I don't know that I did.
Go ahead.
I'm playing Lieutenant Aries Carter, ex-military officer, very good with a pistol. End of. Thank you.
As we saw. Yeah, fantastic. Speaking of being protected at all costs, Jackson.
Oh, you guys. That's me. I'm Jackson. I'm playing Dr. Samuel Taylor Thompson. He's just a baby. He's just a little guy. He's got
What's he doing?
Gotta look after him. No, he's a doctor. He's an aviator. He's a mechanic. He's the full package, ladies. But don't think of him like that. He's here to help. And if helping means flying his ultralight aircraft in a ravine to drop a bomb on some reptilian bio-terrorists,
so be it.
That's what he'll do.
In the name of peace. Love that. Speaking of reptile bio-terrorists, that works. James.
I don't see the link, but I'm going to go with it. And I'm going to commit wholeheartedly. Yes. Hello, I am James. I am playing Hubert. Hubert is an incredibly large man with an incredibly large personality and big muscles he uses to protect his friends. Currently, several of them are on display because he was hit by an explosion at the end of the last session. His entire suit was burnt off at the back, so he's got kind of like an arseless chap situation going on, except has Minnie's coat put over him to conceal his modesty. He's still a little dazed. He is usually bald, otherwise he would have a lot of hair missing, got no eyebrows, a couple of singed marks all about, and there's occasionally little wisps of smoke that are coming up around him.
Amazing. All right, speaking of little wisps of smoke, Alex.
Hey, I'm Alex, and I'm playing Wilhelmina St. Clair, who was only a little bit on fire. Didn't take it quite as well as Hubert. I'm feeling not great, but much better than I arguably should. I spent a little bit of time last session in a creepy little cave.
You did?
Filled with mythos bullshit, and quite liked it, actually. I think everything is going swimmingly, and I've noticed absolutely nothing wrong at all with our good friend Shapiro. He seems just fine, and I would like to know his secret with the whole sweating thing, because honestly, I've been sweating like a pig since we got here.
That's true. You spent a while digging into the secrets of a cavern hidden inside the ravine. And as we come back into the scene, so Shapiro has been sequestered away in this sort of farmhouse manor. Manor's a bit glorious for it. It's a house. And he's claimed one of the rooms to set up the viral analyzer inside it. It's that sort of pipetted Zeusian construction. It's humming and whizzing. And bing! Every now and then, he has turned from it to address all of you.
It's the machine that goes bing, bing.
That's how you know it's important.
Bing. So it's a modem.
Yeah.
Is it?
Oh
no.
And their connection is still stronger than Australia.
Noise.
Yeah. He has turned to face the four of you as you come inside, and although the rest of you have not noticed it, Ares has picked up on a few strange changes in his demeanor. He blinks a little bit as you approach and says, You're back. How did everything go?
Well, it was mostly successful. Overall, I think we got rid of the device, so that was the critical point, and we got rid of it right.
Sorry, I'm sorry. And I'm gonna Ares is gonna like take off the heavy coat. And just kind of like lay it over like a chair nearby or whatever. Actually, probably throw it over the bed just to kind of like obfuscate what's going on.
Oh, hell yeah. Yep.
And just kind of go, it's just, I'm sorry. It's so hot. And he's going to start like unbuttoning the top of their shirt and like rolling up their sleeves. Like, Shapiro, you had us traipsing through the forest. After what? Quite frankly, I don't know, fairy tales, nightmares, I'm not even sure. And it's just so overwhelmingly warm. I mean, honestly, I am just melting in this heat. It's it's too much, Shapiro. And at this point, I really was wondering if we could just get out of here. And if we can't, I'm going to like walk slightly closer to Shapiro at this point, very much lounging, like, you know. If we can't get out of here right now, I'm going to be honest, I'm really going to need to blow off a little steam. Just looking
Can I get you an ice pack?
Can you get me an ice pack?
As you're approaching...
I go like super, but I'll get close to be like, I'm getting just like, hi, how you doing?
I can dig it. Can you give me my instinct would be fast talk roll. This is veiling that you have noticed something strange. You're keeping it to yourself, and you're trying to pass it off as, you know, that you haven't twigged just yet.
Can I argue a charm?
Yes, because we haven't really used the other. You have a pulp talent that is not really applied yet, and I think this is using it in the same vein. Do you want to explain your talent and approximately how it works?
So there are technically 2 pulp talents that exist. One that gives you bonuses on charm rolls, one that gives you bonuses on intimidate.
Mm-hmm.
I am a military officer femme fatale. So we have custom tweaked this a little, that if I am charming in a slightly intimidating way, I get to use bonus dice. So,
Nice.
yeah, I get to be sexy scary.
Nice.
That's the plan.
It's just shuffling skills around to be used in different ways. So yes, in this case, you won't get the, actually, so it probably won't be the bonus dice for this one, but you will get to use charm kind of in place of fast. Like, this is just kind of oozing charisma in a distracting fashion. If you want to go ahead and roll.
None of it, but can I have psychology check just to be like, what the fuck is Ares doing?
Yeah. Go ahead and make a psychology roll to get a sense of, this is on Carter. Yep.
Carter first. Look.
Okay.
I'm going to give you luck for that. I want
okay.
it to succeed. What is that? 83 minus 65.
18.
That's
Thank
fine.
you.
That is slightly more than I regained this session.
Noted. Minnie, you notice Carter acting slightly strangely.
No.
But you,
Yeah,
well,
but
even
you know
since
what?
they landed, I mean, you've been through a lot recently.
Yeah.
It's kind of justified. Carter Shapiro doesn't appear to twig to it, but he is very focused on getting the report of what happened. So as you're approaching, he says, yes, well, look, we'll try and find somewhere cool as soon as possible, but I'd like to know, how did everything go? I saw in the distance smoke rising. What happened at the outpost?
Well,
The outpost?
Yes.
What outpost?
The outpost, is that not you? That's what I sent you out there to look for.
Shapiro, I'm really quite sorry, but Hubert and I ran into a little bit of trouble. We need to go with Dr. Sam and just we're not well.
Why
We're a little
don't
bit injured.
the good doctor take everyone to the tent and I can give a full report of what exactly it was we were doing?
Good plan.
Yes. Why don't we do that? Dr.
Worries.
Thompson, take
Before
Miss St. Clair and Mr. Smith to the medical tent and see that they are as well as possible. Once completed, you'll return here and we can finish giving your report. Lieutenant Carter, you will remain here and we will speak privately and clear everything up.
Must remain here. Lieutenant, are you hurt at all? We got out of there so quickly. I didn't have a chance to check. Are you injured in any way? I think must stay here. If medical attention is required, surely that should be the priority.
Unfortunately, the mission will take priority in this circumstance. And Miss St. Clair, I must insist. Dr. Thompson, if you will attend to your duties.
It's fine. We can follow up later. I think we better give you the once over, eh?
Before you go, sorry, just one moment. I did notice, Mr. Smith, you do seem to be missing an awful lot of your pants.
yes, maybe I can find. I have golfer's spare equipment. I have another pair of slacks in my pack. I might go get those as well.
Well, hopefully that's cooling you down a little, because there is one other thing I noticed. Just, as an aside. Mr. Shapiro. And I'm gonna, take another step to be, kind of in his bubble at this point.
Mm-hmm. As you approach, can you make a spot hidden roll, please?
Absolutely.
Actually, make a psychology roll.
Can I flag something?
You may.
I think I would have noticed that Shapiro
think
called
Sam
me Dr. Thompson instead of Dr. Sam.
He's also given commands where previously he has, you approach.
Yeah, which is fine. It's fine.
Actually, I will get, at this point, why doesn't
no.
everyone give me a psychology roll? He's definitely played his hand a little bit. Let's just see you're all free to have.
Oh, I'm lucking that one. Fuck it.
Okay.
Thematically, I think it's really funny if Hubert doesn't figure it out. Can I give somebody else a bonus die who failed?
Hey, you may.
fail.
We're not going to
I have
retroactively do it on the fumble, because love a
Damn it.
fumble.
I think Sam because calling him Dr. Thompson's a clue.
That works
Yeah,
for
do you
me.
want to take a bonus? Yeah.
I
Awesome.
love this.
I willingly failed
I love
with
this tactically deployed ignorance. This is great. This is an awesome
Yeah.
mechanic. Let's use this more.
You know, I have a little bit of a luck roll first because I haven't done that before.
Oh, yeah, better have that.
Start. And I'm on 9, so I'm going to get some back.
Nice.
We're creating the old wall of red.
18.
19. 19 plus 9 is 28. Now we're in business.
Now we're cooking.
And psychology with a
red.
bonus.
Yes.
Coming right up.
Wall of red.
Right.
Hey!
That got it.
Hey.
Well done.
It's almost an extreme.
Almost
Okay.
extreme, but I don't think I need it.
So Hubert is standing by the door, kind of ready to go and follow the directions he's been given. Lieutenant Carter takes an exaggerated step forward, moving into the personal space of Shapiro in the name, just
Yeah.
liminal
Also, I would
state.
like to finish my sentence at some point.
I will.
but
I'm
we'll
just
get there.
giving
Yeah.
some information over into Shapiro's sphere of existence. Dr. Sam and Minnie both notice the change in demeanor, and Dr. Sam, you notice that he has folded his arms behind him, and one of his forearm tenses as he grips something behind his back. Lieutenant Carter, proceed.
Thank you. Step closer. Because if I get close enough and he's looking at my face, he's not looking at my hands.
Vice versa.
Finishing with a hard psychology, I've also noticed that Ares has noticed.
Yes,
Yeah.
Ares has noticed everything. Ares has not necessarily noticed the weapon, or whatever it is.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
I'll say yeah. And do you know what else I've noticed, Shapiro?
What's that, Lieutenant?
Another thing I've noticed is you're not sweating. And you absolutely should be. And I'm going to pull the gun up.
He
I
lunges
will
at
also
you.
Yeah, I'm
pull up.
fire. So I think this is going to be dexterity, yeah?
This
That's
is that fumble on the psychology roll, however, is going to potentially give him the edge. Everyone is going to make dexterity rolls. I'm treating him as having a readied weapon, and Lieutenant Carter, you are actually going to roll with a penalty dice, as he is going to get the edge on you. All right.
Let's hope they
Dexterity.
roll well.
Would you like me to roll for penalty dice, Dave?
Yeah, you know, yeah, that's a good call.
Yes.
Thank you, Jim. You were a little not quite prepared. Wall
I
of
still,
red.
Well, love red.
Except
Can I give you 2 points of luck to make it a hard?
Yeah, you can spend luck. For sure.
Sick. I'm gonna make mine a hard.
That's not right.
Because 42 was my worst.
Okay. What are we looking at, gang? Who got an
extreme.
You got an extreme. God damn.
I sure did.
That's messed up.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Mini
not
time.
dexterous.
Who got a hard?
Me.
God damn.
Hard
I
success.
hate this optional mechanic. This sucks. Who got a success? Your boy Shapiro got a success. That's the
Oy.
answer. And the
Sucks
both
to
of
be
you
him.
failed.
Fail for me, yeah.
Fail skis.
I do have 2 thumbs.
You do have 2 thumbs, which is heavy. All right. Just from my sanity, what's your dexterities? Hubert and Dr. Sam.
We have
Are
the
you both
same
the same?
dexterity, and we fail pretty much
I'm also gonna-
every combat.
And
we
I
both
ask this
fail,
every time too.
and then we got the same
And then
dexterity.
you're the same.
Okay. All right. Well, I
I'll
guess
go
we'll just
last because I was at the door.
that works, mate. Okay, Minnie, you're gonna be the first to act. You see Lieutenant Carter go for a gun as Shapiro grabs something from behind his back. What would you like to do?
Can I see what it is that he's grabbed?
You can make a spot hidden roll. Given just the speed of
Ooh.
everything that's happening, you're
Nah.
gonna have to look quickly. This isn't gonna be your action. This is just generally just see if you can assess it.
Yeah, I'll do a spot hidden just if it's not going to affect my action. Nah, don't know what it is.
It's something small and gripped in his face. He's like just pulling it out from behind his back as you're.
Yeah, like a knife or something. This would be a pretty risky time to fire a handgun, I assume, with given the proximity to Ares.
This would also possibly escalation, although there's definitely something weird afoot.
I'm a bit wired for escalation today, but I won't do that. What I possibly could do.
I enjoy that
is-
sentence. I'm a bit wired for escalation
I
today.
feel wired for
Sometimes that's
escalation-
just the
escalation.
that's just the weekend.
I don't really want to shoot him because if something weird is going on, we probably do want to talk to him.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I know. That's where my brain's at. Is
That's
my-
fine. Yeah.
100%.
I apologize in advance.
And if I wanted to like rugby tackle him, that's fighting brawl, but I'm
It would be.
not very good at that. I wonder if I could yell something at him that'd surprise him, and try and use fast talk.
You could try. He's fairly focused. He and Lieutenant Carter are in a kind of a standoff as they approach. I'd need a hard success to shake him here, and that's probably just going to stall rather than anything else. But you could. Because
Ares is next.
Yep.
Oh, you know what? I haven't ticked that this game. We're running out of tarmac here. So.
Now we're playing. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Animal handling.
Yeah, I want to use fast talk, and I want to yell at him, ripping off what Lieutenant Carter said before when they questioned the outpost. Outpost? What outpost? There's nobody and nothing up there at all. I don't know what you're playing at.
Okay. So you're gonna try and convince.
It's empty jungle. There's nothing up there.
Okay. So you're gonna try and convince him that. Is the intent to convince him that there's nothing up there, so that no matter how this resolves, he believes you found nothing, or to distract?
I'm hoping that one has the effect of the other. Really,
it's probably not going to be enough to grab his attention. Just as I'll tell you what, a hard success will get will have him believe that, or at least that's what you'll say to him. An extreme success will be for the distraction to kind of shake him loose and get him there.
Okay, well, alternatively, I could just rugby tackle him, because my fighting brawl sucks, and we could just have fun with that. I'm just going to rugby tackle him.
Okay, you go. So you yell that, there's no response. You go, fuck it, just charge.
Fuck it. Yeah.
All right. Oh, that's actually quite close.
That's luckable.
He is going to riposte.
Yeah, he's going to riposte. Okay.
How much luck do you want to spend?
Oh, God.
I mean, yeah. I think I'm just going to take it down to a regular.
Okay. What is the intent? So is this to deal damage, or are you looking to knock him out of the way?
I know he's going for something, and I know Ares is in right there. I just want to get him away, or sideways from Ares, so that whatever he's doing, they get to do it. They get to do something first.
Okay. Decide how much luck you want to spend, and he is going to respond with a maneuver of his own as you come sliding in. All right, it's going to be regular. As you come sliding in, he is going to move to grab, to basically pivot around, suddenly moving with speed beyond Shapiro's appearance. He whips around and fluidly moves to grab your neck as you approach, whip out what is clearly a syringe with a sort of a green drop, like just dangling at the end of it, and hold it to your neck. But can he act first? I'm going to roll his.
I'm so glad you gave us the green drop dabbling from the end of it like a cartoon.
It's pulp. Yeah. Let's go. And then it's going to be a success. However, he needs the hard success to beat the tie. So you slam into him. He goes to do it, and you knock back. The syringe gets jostled and falls, precariously landing, like wobbling in the floorboards just between your feet. Out of his hands, and for a moment, he is shocked. Lieutenant Carter, you're immediately going to act next, as he's kind of off balance slightly, having dropped his weapon. What would you like to do?
3 shots. Center mass.
Okay. Minnie is in between the two of you, and you are very close.
Knees.
He's
very short.
I'm going for his head. I'm going chest and head, like...
All the same. Minnie is engaged with it. That's going to be a penalty dice.
Whatever. But I've knocked him off balance.
Point blank range?
I would, but given how close you are, he is going to be able to riposte against you. So yes.
Yeah, that's fair. He's dropped his syringe, so I'm less concerned about that. Alright. First shot. Where's my boy?
Tumbling syringe is such a great image.
Not success.
Okay, before you roll, I'm gonna do my riposte. So as you pull out the gun, the thing's been knocked back, and you fire at his head. Shapiro's jaw drops open, hanging. You can see 2 fangs plunge out of the thing, and he lunges past Minnie to body you and try and drive them into your neck. Would you like to spend any luck?
I'd have to spend 10 to make it an extreme. What am I on?
What are the chances?
Sure.
Okay, you're spending extreme?
10 points of luck. I'll make it an extreme, because that will also make it max damage.
Okay. All right. Oh, yeah, true. So that is going to be an extreme. In that case, he cannot win, but I will roll anyway so you can get a sense of his skill. Oh, I was going to change his name too.
Oh, we
Big boy.
get a revelation.
He tries to lunge at you.
I do appreciate extreme con roll.
Nice, Miley.
He tries to lunge at you, but you're able to like swing out of the way and fire 2 shots into his chest. Sorry, 1 shot into his chest first. 3 more attacks. Continue.
Thank you. Also, does he get a penalty on each success?
I believe not against the same target. I believe it's from different targets.
Okay. Regardless, that is 16 points health, like 16 health, because that was now an extreme, so it's at 11 plus
Yeah,
what I
good
roll.
point. So you don't need to roll the rest of them.
I want to say quickly, Dave, as well. I appreciate a lizard, but I'm very sad you didn't go Shapiro.
Oh no!
I love
Guys,
it.
can we take this again? This is. Is everyone cool if we just
roll
it back 5 minutes?
Just for the VOD. Just for
It's
the
gonna be
edit.
me badly voiced, like lipped over, and there's a clear Photoshop going up the side of the screen. Okay. As he lunges towards you, Lieutenant Carter, what's center of mass? Taking the second round?
Yeah, I mean, probably just, like center mass, because that's the easiest. Pull the gun under, just pull it, and then I'm gonna say I do take 3 shots.
Yeah.
The rest are immaterial, but 3 shots center mass, and in the moments as like he sort of crumples, because I assume he's just dead at this point.
He's. Yeah.
He crumples.
Well, okay, he might not be.
He's gonna, like, last words.
Okay.
Awkward.
He's fucked.
So I should just shoot him 3 times, and then as he crumples, go, killing is an awful lot like sex. It's loud, messy, and much better against people you hate. And then I'm just gonna put the gun away.
Oh yeah. Shapiro gets fucking bodied by these 3 bullets as Mini like rugby tackles him. He swings out of the way, slams against the wall, and before the lunge can be completed, he's suddenly laid draped against the bed next to Lieutenant Carter's discarded jacket as he smears his way down the side of the frame. Thick blood left on the sheets. You can see that the form of Shapiro, something's changed. It's clear. It's suddenly like it's clearly just a skin draped over a larger figure. You can see points where, like, around his biceps, where it's much tighter, as this is a larger creature squeezed inside it. And then around the eyes, there's, like, gaps where it's hanging down flat against it. The mouth skin, where it broke open to expose the full jaw, is hanging loosely and almost ripped and torn around it now. And where there were previously Shapiro would used to have, like, beads of sweat, there's little, like, drips of, like, dark black blood just slowly dropping down and pooling among his eyebrows. As he leans against it, and as Lieutenant Carter finishes their statement and turns away, he goes, "You blind agents of the father of snakes, you see all you're working for, and you will fail." And then he, like, you can see the white clouding beginning to come over his eyes as he passes. I will need everyone to make a sanity roll, because that wasn't Shapiro at all, you fools. It was a lizard.
Quick question.
Yeah.
I knew this already. Do I have to make a sanity roll?
No. Yes, you have. Yes, you do. We didn't give it to you beforehand, unfortunately.
It's the skin coming off that
It's the
probably does
skin
it.
coming
Let's be honest.
I'm good.
Yeah, no,
About
that's fine.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, boy. All right. Notes. Should put this away too early.
I'm not okay. I'm scared.
So, we've experienced the joys of man actually lizard before. So this is going to be a... There's my boy. There's going to be a no points for everyone that succeeded. Everyone that failed
Hooray.
is going to be a d6 minus 1.
Ooh.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
There goes Aries again.
Oh yeah, no, I'm gone already. Like, it's a thing.
Right back over the edge.
No.
Okay.
Oh, I managed to somehow only lose 1 from that.
That's not too bad.
got
Minnie
quite
and Dr. Sam both succeeded. Okay. Not too bad. Hubert, you're still above your in def.
Yeah, which is a 5th value. So yeah, I'm still above my in def.
Okay. Aries, can you please roll a 2d10 for me?
Don't I just go straight back into what I was doing before?
Oh, you do. I'm rolling the bout.
Oh, right.
Oh, sorry.
Wait,
Yes, you go straight back into a bout, but it's not necessarily the same one.
Oh, it's not the same. Okay.
Yep.
Very good, very good. Hey, do you want me to roll them?
Yeah, if you can whisper them to me, that'd be ideal, but
Yep.
no big. In the meantime, as Shapiro collapses against the bed frame, what does everyone bar Lieutenant Carter do? What's the immediate response? Oh, I can tell my mad thing.
I'm standing by the door, so I think what I do is I
Close it.
No, I like very quietly grab the zipper and just sort of lock us in.
You're in a house. You're in a house and
So
does
that
not
we are
have a
not
zipper.
disturbed.
You can close the door though.
Well, my first thought was that Shapiro all along, or was it Shapiro up till now? And based on the name change, I think maybe that wasn't the Shapiro we knew yesterday. So the real Shapiro may still be around, and I believe there was a bloody smear under the bed.
There was.
When we came in?
You'll have to kind of go past the. You'll have to go past the corpse, but you're a man.
I can handle that.
You're familiar with corpses.
That's
yeah.
right.
So you're gonna get to your drop to your knees and begin to scoot underneath it
Yeah.
with like a small torch to see what's going on.
I think that is a sensible plan.
Okay. Minnie, what are you doing?
I'm picking up that syringe and you know, stopping the top of it as best I can, seeing if there's like a cork in the room or something that I can kind of undangerous the syringe. But we're taking that.
Okay. All right. Yep. So you can reach down and you'll find the syringe. There's no clear cap, although actually you can search this person and find one easily enough. Yeah. Or you can find a cap. That's not an issue. It is like a very like clear, ominous green fluid, and where it's landed in the wood, it's as if the wood's immediately like splintered away a veneer around it, like there was as if it was a laminate, and the top layer is kind of bubbled and popped off slightly. So when you pull it back out, it could be like it's like a blister is formed in the wood. Clearly, whatever this is fairly potent.
Kind of sucks.
Yeah.
We'll take this.
I was gonna make a joke about. I was like, it's probably a sedative. Maybe I could make a joke about like Herbert using it in some way. No, I'm not touching that. That's acid.
That is acid. Or poison.
Hubert closes the door, and Dr. Sam, you drop down and begin to squeeze your way underneath the bed. First of all, as you go past what was possibly Shapiro, you can see the skin sort of all hanging loosely, and as you squeeze past it, it's sort of like loose against his hands, where talons have kind of plunged out from sections, but the rest of it's hanging limply around it. It appears to be the genuine article of skin. This is not like fake. It is not immediately revealing itself to be some plant matter or something. And as you get underneath the bed and click on a torch, you can see jammed against the back of it, like dirty clothing kicked beneath the bed, is a curled up and broken, like skinned corpse that looks as though it's been flayed, and like red smears of blood have pooled along the ground around it. You can see Shapiro's like spectacles, which he wore occasionally, are kicked down under there as well, along with a couple of like choice, like a pen and things, but his clothing was all stripped from him along with the skin. I'm going to need another sanity roll for you as you witness the final moments, or I guess result of the final moments of what was once your handler.
Is that for all of us or just for Dr. Sam?
Just for Sam, he's the only one that's seen it. And I'm actually going to say, Sam, you are probably the most equipped to deal with. It's extreme, but it's,
it's medical.
It's kind of medical.
It's still kind of medical.
It's like, of all the kind of medics you're a combat medic in a war.
I mean, I don't know what I don't know why I thought they'd be making vegan skins. Sanity. You say with a bonus die? Well, I don't need it.
Oh, he's good. I'm not
he's
gonna,
very
nothing.
good.
You see it. You're able to factor it. For one thing, it sucks. Like it clearly is a. I don't know why it sucks. Obviously, it does. It was clearly a like not
Oh, it does
surgical
suck for
removal.
him.
For sure, it does. He's having a bad day, man. I don't know how to say it. But it was like a magical removal. Like there's no like lacerations or anything along it. There was, or like maybe not magical, but something more was done. This was not just like flayed off him with like a knife blade or anything.
There's a process. They've got a technique for doing this.
As you begin to squeeze your way back out from underneath the bed, Lieutenant Carter, what do you do?
I just asked you something, so I'll wait for that before I decide.
You've got some control.
Okay, cool.
Some.
I'm gonna squeeze him back out. I'll say, no one needs to look under here. It's what's left is Shapiro, but it's not pretty.
But isn't Shapiro? Oh.
Hubert clicks the door closed. The room is secure.
Okay. So what do we do now?
Carter.
Well, that's
I am going to turn around. And I'm gonna say to Hubert, open the door.
Oh. I open the door.
Pull a gun out,
What?
walk into the house, and you just hear like gunshots from various rooms as Ares is just like going through and just killing anyone they can find in the house.
what?
Oh.
Like you, as in that is the intent, whether or how
yeah.
far I get, but I just stride out and like kick open a door, and if I see
And move
people,
to
it's...
start murder. Hubert, as Ares goes past, you can see a change has come over them.
Realizing at the last seconds, I think I say, wait, kind of step in front to kind of not sure what I'm doing, but I will intercede. So I block the door with my body, effectively.
Cool. I shoot Hubert.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hubert, do you want to give me a fighting brawl roll to try and, I guess, grab, disarm? What are you going for? I know you're just saying like, but you can see Carter is going for a gun. And
Yeah, I will try. I will try and.
Pull it out as I walk. So.
Just sort of suppress the violence by grabbing a hold of Carter and just like holding them back.
Okay.
I am treated as build 3 for the purpose of combat maneuvers.
You are.
Ooh.
You are. So others are not able to push maneuvers on you, but for yourself doing it to them, it is still going to be a straight roll. So do you want to go ahead and roll a... Well, so... we'll just resolve it as one. Lieutenant Carter, do you want to take your shot? And Hubert, you'll go ahead and...
This is functionally me riposting, effectively.
Yes.
Sure.
I think that works.
Uh-oh. We all know how it goes when someone tries to riposte against Lieutenant Carter.
Alright, well...
Here we
sorry in
go.
advance.
Okay.
Okay, there's...
The one
right.
time. Okay, fantastic.
So, Lieutenant Carter, as you head... as Carter's Carter has exited this plane, as the body of Lieutenant Carter steps towards Hubert, gun drawn and with murderous intent in their eyes. Hubert is able to recognize something inside it, and as they move to push past, acting on instinct, you basically wrap your arms around them, squeeze tight, and as there is a pop of a gunshot, and it is still held in their hands, but like pointed down towards the ground, they are straight up lifted up off the ground, and Hubert's able to just fucking lock his arms in, and escape is all but impossible. Dr. Sam and Minnie, what is your responses to this?
Side note, didn't we say you can't riposte a physical attack with a firearm?
This was actually Hubert or more riposting the gunshot.
Oh, well then.
But also, it's kind of a little bit out of
Also,
full
like, as
combat
soon
at
as this
point.
happens, Ares is gonna start snarling, let go of me, and various other, like, profanities, so...
Hubert starts crying. He's just...
I'll recognize the situation based on what happened in the plane.
Sam.
And that's just what I was thinking. I'm going to reach for some kind of sedative.
Okay.
Medical bag of tricks.
So, I'm going to get you to make a luck roll for me. The alternative will be, this principally this would be to have something that's instant acting and like knockout.
Oh, yeah, all right.
We also probably don't want to knock out Carter because Carter's going to like help us extricate from this situation. So maybe just a calming, like a nice lavender bar.
No, that's what I'm thinking.
Sounds
Just
right
not
around
like
lighting candles.
I'm not looking for like a
relaxing
knockout, just
music.
like just a like a calming kind of.
I get you. All the same, I'm gonna need a luck roll.
Good
Also, just see
vibes.
if you brought it into the room. If you maybe it's it back at the truck. Yada yada.
That's
yada.
true. You got me.
Ooh.
Well, that's how it's done.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Hard success.
Okay.
Yeah. If I mean, I guess a needle's going to be faster than a chewable. So that's what I'll go for.
Damning vitamins.
Carter will bite you if you try.
Flintstones needles.
Oh, no, I still have a knife.
Oh yeah.
Oh god.
So, as Dr. Sam, like you run through the bag and you find, what would you have? Is it like a dark brown bottle that you begin to shake out onto a cloth, or
I mean, as we
Suspicious
discussed,
syringe?
Art has played 2 doctors in our campaigns and has done far more medical research than I have. So
I
it's
mean, it would
like feel
probably
good
be-
juice. What go in arm?
I mean, if you wanted, you could. Chloroform is not super quick acting, but it is the one you can put on like a cloth and put over. and then,
Morphine!
like,
I'm not
someone
looking.
else.
I'm not looking for a knockout. Just like a make happy feel good. Kind of
yeah,
thing.
kind of
That
like
would probably
bringing
still
a
be
high.
like a chloroform or a.
All right.
I don't actually know. I mean, I don't know whether or not they did like injections of the shit like laudanum or like the heroin.
But
But
heck, we're going pulpy.
Yeah, you could have a little heroin. I am picturing, just because you mentioned like the good time vibes, a little snapshot of Dr. Sam opening his medical pouch and looking down, and it's all the different smiley faces on the things. It's like, I think this calls for yellow
Like,
big
yeah.
smile.
Different levels for different situations.
I've got
Like
something
the
sorted by
nauseous.
the.
Yeah, like,
that's a
it's
real
just
thing.
emojis.
Yeah,
There's a
it is.
whole
It's the
fleet of
pain.
them.
It's the pain one. Is what I'm
the pain
picturing.
charts.
Yeah, just running down.
The Wong Baker Faces pain rating scale. That's how I organize all of my drugs.
All right. So with Hubert holding
I'm not
Carter,
in pain at the moment. I'm just planning on causing a lot of it.
Oh, we're in pain.
yeah, you go straight into Hubert. All right. With Carter like bodied it and held aloft in the early hours of the morning, the gunshot rings out and people begin to scurry about. I guess it was earlier gunshots as well. They're still scurrying about. Dr. Sam steps forward and will move to jam a sedative into Carter's forearm. Carter, can you please give me a Constitution roll? And Minnie,
Can I
what are you
not
doing?
dodge? I wanna get
You
out of the way
you
of
are held and secured. What you will get a chance is to fucking stab someone with your knife.
all right.
This is just seeing how quickly it takes effect. Minnie,
yeah.
what are you doing during all this?
Killing. This is what I can do. I recognize madness when I see it.
Oh yes.
Also, Sam actually probably would recognize what this looks like. Not full madness, but like you would have seen soldiers
What?
go like blood
Shell shock.
shell shock or like the kind of like bloodlust. I think that it's not quite the same. Like
This is
when you get into
actually-
that.
Sam, do you think you treated like shell shock soldiers, and did you do
I
some?
would think so.
Then you would probably recognize this as almost like a step beyond that. There's a level of like there are things that humanity like minds can handle, and you'd probably be beginning to develop a bit of a theory of like there is some stuff out there that we just can't really wrap our hands around, especially not in like condensed
Definitely.
periods of time. Humans need time to compress, like uncompress, to understand, to comprehend, and when that isn't given, sometimes it can just make a snap judgment and it'll like lock sections of the brain or whatever.
And also, I got that crit psychology just like a
you
few
did
minutes
too.
ago on Carter. So I kind of I'm on top of them.
Yeah, you got this.
I'm keeping a close eye on them.
Okay, Minnie, what did you want me doing? Sorry.
I think I'm probably going to get between Hubert and Aries in the door, just as
Okay.
another layer of
Round 2.
Yep, just as another layer. Come on, let's not.
Okay. Carter, you can feel like there's a heady fog that rushes over you, but for the moment, that like keen anger is continuing to keep you alive, keep you awake. What would you like to try and do?
I'm going to. I can't use my gun on I'm assuming my gun is going to
It's
be
like
unwieldy.
pinioned, yeah.
That's probably what I prioritized grabbing. So you've got a great angle to fuck. I feel like
Yeah. Yeah, so I will instead like reach into the other part of my belt and pull out my it's essentially a bayonet.
Sick.
And I'm gonna like sink that into Hubert's side and just hiss, "You're one of them, aren't you?"
Fuck yes. Go ahead and make a fighting brawl roll, and I'm not going to impose a penalty so far because the main goal, Hubert, was getting the gun off and holding them from where they. Oh fucking
buddy.
shit! Hubert, would you like to?
What?
Oh no.
I'll throw everything I have at a dodge.
Okay. Sorry. Well, I tell you what. Is this? Are you willing to risk letting Lieutenant Carter go?
That's a dodge.
I saw.
I think you can repin it. What I'm saying is, I'll give you a bonus if you basically just like let them go and push them away into the room. Actually,
I saw Art's roll, which I probably shouldn't have. I would have. Hubert would have started going, "They're wriggling," and just held on and
right,
not done anything.
I agree. I think so. Fuck.
So I think do you want me to make a brawl check in that case?
Up to you.
can't
What
beat
you're,
an
what you're
extreme
trying for. You
unless
can't
you-
beat the extreme. I mean,
I
guess.
know, but
I get you.
I could crit, which I think
You could crit.
You could crit. You could crit. I'll give you the crit.
Have a go.
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 No,
Not quite.
Almost a crit.
if I may, then donk, and Hubert will go, oh, let go, walk back a few steps with a bayonet sticking out of him, go, oh, and collapse.
Holy fuck yes.
I have previously an explosion, so
Okay.
I am dying.
Oh no.
Rock and roll. Okay.
My next thing will be
Dying.
like I have pulled the bayonet out and I'm gonna raise my gun at Minnie and just hiss again.
No.
You raise the.
Like just essentially, it's gonna be get out of my way.
Are we
Do that.
With Minnie standing in the door, you can feel a haze beginning to like move in from the edges of your vision as the darkness sets in. Lieutenant Carter, can you please make another Constitution roll? Oh fucking shit! For the moment, you're literally looking through a haze. All you can see is like two pricks, but they're both completely focused on Minnie, who is standing in the center of the door frame, looking concerned.
More than concerned.
Oh yes. Hubert collapses. Dr. Sam and Minnie, what would you like to do?
try to get through? Oh, that'd be psychoanalysis. Psychoanalysis to treat
would be,
it wouldn't
that's right.
be.
To snap them out.
We
psychology.
are. You have known me a very long time. If anyone
true.
can do it, it's probably you.
You could
That's what I'm gonna go
you could
for.
also double the dose. Like you could jam him again.
Might kill me. If you
When's a
sedate
little
someone too
heroin
much,
ever killed anyone?
if you sedate someone too much, they might die.
Dose them again.
All right.
If Sam can go before me, please dose
It
them
will be
again.
Sam because then we're going to go back to the top with you. I'm a little out of
I'm gonna
order,
s-
but
That's fine.
I was gonna say I'm gonna apologize and then jab them, but I think I better jab first and then apologize
first, then
later. That's a
apologize.
better
Jab
order of
first,
things.
Yes, please.
Great,
Okay.
red
If I can,
flags riposte.
Nip in? Oh no, you wouldn't.
Actually,
I'll tell you what, Sam, I could see stealth, and I'll give you a bonus because Carter is focused on the exit and getting out and doing. Also, we've said briefly that one of Carter's goals in these states is protecting
That's
Sam.
true. Keeping-
So if you can, that said, still someone lunging with a stabby thing is possibly going to trigger the old.
Things are going dark. Things are getting quiet. Perhaps they're still standing, but maybe the senses are dulling.
Absolutely.
with an extreme constitution.
Oh no, you got me
All
there.
the same, it's beginning to
Yeah,
close
no,
in,
it's-
but it is yes.
What dice would you like me to roll, sir?
If you just straight lunge for it, it's gonna be fighting brawl. If you try and creep up and get the stabbing, it'll be stealth. You could also try charm or something to let's cool down and get the old stab skill.
That's a persuade, really, right?
Charm
Can I
persuade.
Have I got persuade?
They've a little bit left logic, but what would you say? How do you want to try and do this? How are you getting through to this mad mind?
You're not well, Ares. You're not well at the moment, so I'm gonna make you feel better. Can't take on an army of snake people when you're feeling a bit under the weather, eh? Just a bit of medicine, and then you'll be back on your feet and ready to go.
Aries is gonna turn around to face Sam. I'm gonna say there's like a slight look of recognition, regardless of whether this succeeds or fails. I don't want to see you get hurt. And then I'm gonna turn back and face, like, I am I'm aware of there is someone behind me talking to me, but I am at this point, it's me putting myself between Sam and Minnie.
Yeah,
that's what's clicked at this point.
Go ahead and make that persuasion roll. I'll take a bonus dice.
Just to see if that helps me
this will need
get
to succeed.
close enough.
This is, if you succeed this, you get the jab in, but and without Lieutenant basically fight response stabbing you.
All right,
training
here it comes.
kick in.
Oh, yes.
Okay, take the bonus. Nice. All right, you're able to push forward and plunge another needle into into Carter's base, got 2 sticking out from it now, and then as you stagger backwards, Lieutenant Carter, you feel another wave of like sickness, nausea beginning to close in, and then like a heady high that just swarms up from your lungs and begins to fill your head with bees.
Do I need a medicine roll to get the dosage right at all, or is it all down to Carter?
We'll probably roll that after the fact. I think.
Oh,
I think you're beginning.
See if I killed them later.
You're just punching in pieces. Lieutenant Carter. Actually, it's going to go to Minnie. Minnie, what are you doing?
Ooh. Can I just be ready? And if it looks like that has not taken Aries out, can I try the old rugby tackle again?
Yeah, 100%. All right.
I guess.
Lieutenant Carter, can you give me a constitution roll with a penalty dice? And regardless of success here, I'm going to be applying a penalty dice for your future rolls just because the sheer quantity of drugs in your system right now.
Oh,
okay.
Finally.
Carter,
Yeah.
What's it look like?
I think like the second one goes in and Aries like almost like takes a half step forwards, goes to stand up, falls on one knee, sort of like everything's just going tunnel vision, lands on their side, looks up at Sam and just goes, why? And then out.
Ooh. Awesome.
As Carter hits the deck, Hubert lets out there's a gurgle of blood, and Hubert is very much still not in a good condition. Minnie, what would you like to do? We are going in order. Minnie, you are going to be is Minnie, and then we're going down to Hubert.
Oh gosh.
Before we throw in
First aid.
I want to quickly jump into. I was looking at the dying rules for Cthulhu and also for Pulp Cthulhu.
Yeah.
Because there's the chance to talk about pulp rules and the wonderful pulp-o-meter. So depending on how pulpy we're going,
history shows barely.
Yeah, so with when you standard thing, if you standard Cthulhu rules, if you hit 0 hit points or with a major wound, you start dying.
Correct.
Right? And if you go down to negative, you are also considered to be dying. In pulp, it seems to be the case that if you are reduced to 0, but you don't have a major wound, you're just unconscious. Unless you take more than half your hit points in damage, which I took 13 damage, which most people 100%, but I have an incredible hit pool. I think I'm just unconscious.
I think you are too, because we don't track major wounds in this.
No major wounds in pulp.
Holy shit. So you are reduced to 0.
Page 66, dying dying death. Or just above dying in death.
Yeah, well done. Because I was thinking we don't do major wounds. I was about to start looking that up and figure out what the reaction was again. So Dr. Sam. So sorry, Minnie first. What are you doing? There's still a bayonet in his side.
I'm
blood
going
pooling around it.
I guess go and see if I can do first aid, but not to the point where I make things worse. If I fail, I'll just stop.
Okay, why don't you we can give you a bonus dice on Dr. Sam's if you want to be assisting him with his role. So you're
Yes,
getting in there
please.
you're starting to assess. You can see the blade plunged in, beginning to pull out. There's still the burns and everything all along his back. Hubert's had a big day. Dr. Sam, do you want to go ahead and give me a first aid roll for the pair of them? And take a
Can I
bonus
ask
dice.
as well, just to add fuel to fire?
Yes, please.
There's been a couple of gunshots and yelling.
Oh,
Have
yeah.
we been significantly overheard, presumably?
Yeah, you shot a gun and there's people
Oh,
around you,
right.
for sure.
Yes, well.
Say 2 first aid rolls?
Just one, just take a bonus dice. It's just assessing
Done.
the situation and...
Hard.
Oh, nice. Oh, my rolls haven't come through.
And a D4 of healing. This is
Yes.
the first time Hewitt's received first aid.
Oh, it is so.
For this wound, at least, yeah.
Between taking damage, I believe.
Can't remember. Either way, definitely you'll definitely get to
I think
roll
it's
up.
between taking damage.
It's like each instance, right? Yeah.
So Hewitt's received first aid. He can't receive first aid until he takes more damage. Pretty sure.
Okay, I took more damage. It was a bayonet.
It was worth it.
And it was
That's
a
true, you just
lovely
got stabbed.
bayonet.
You can restore, you can heal Hubert, and you can also confirm that Carter is out of it, will need to be monitored, and will probably be very sick upon returning. As
Alive.
this is happening, Minnie, you can hear someone heading towards the door. There are people approaching.
I would just slip outside, let Dr. Sam do his thing.
Okay.
And I will probably just slip outside just in front of the door and just
Intercept.
stretch that
Head him off.
fast talk skill if I gotta.
Okay. So Dr. Sam, as you're attending to the two, Minnie, you slip outside and click the door close behind you, and storming up the side, dressed in sort of like a hastily thrown on shirt. One of the buttons been missed and then the others were skipped up, so it's asymmetrical. Comes Kazine, who is the farm, actually runs and manages the farm in the area. He comes rushing along and looking shocked. Says, "What's happening? Is there a fight?"
No, it's quite all right. Our one of the individuals who came in with us, Shapiro, the heat just got to him, and he's having a little bit of a rough time. But we've got our doctor in there with him right now.
There was a gunshot. There were several gunshots.
He's been on edge. Cleaning a weapon, it misfires. It happens sometimes. Look, it's not pretty in there, but our doctor is with him, and it's not a fight. I can assure you, it's definitely not a fight.
People were supposed to come here and fix things. Now I understand
Guess what, though? We have managed to collect quite a lot of information on the disease, and we are well on our way to fixing that. And we don't actually think there is going to be any new infections coming down from where they have been previously.
This disease is nothing compared to one of you idiots coming in here and letting off a gun in a house. This disease was under control. We had them quarantined. They were all squared away. And now I understand you've come in and shot a gun in my house.
The disease has killed about 50 people. I feel like you might not be... There's no damage to your home.
Has anyone been hurt?
Well, Shapiro has. Like I said, he's been a little bit on edge, cleaning his weapon. Had a problem. Well,
Your arms? I thought you
had
were
a doctor with him.
I thought you were an aid organisation.
Yes, he hasn't been in the field nearly as much as he should have, let's be honest. We're dealing with it, and it won't be a problem for you. Have you got any bleach?
Can you make a fast talk roll? It's going to be hard.
I bet. I can't really get to home. Oh, maybe I can, actually. Yeah. I can get to HUD.
It's up to you. He is going to immediately start to go, I want you out of here. I want you gone.
We do also want to get out of here, but you know what? Yes.
Okay.
I would like to. I'm going to let go to a HUD. I'm going to try and placate him.
Okay,
Hell
all right. You're able to kind of run him in circles a couple times, long enough to dissuade him, and then there are no further gunshots from inside. By the time you can sort of, restate your, we are here to help out with a thing. There was a little accident, a minor goof. We are sorry about that. That's on us for sure. But overall, we still have things to do here. He is clearly unimpressed. And he says, right, finish what you needed to do. Get your analysis done. Give us the cure if you've developed it. Regardless, I'd like to know who your handler is, who's in charge of this operation, because I will be responding to your organization. I will be letting them know exactly how things were handled here.
Oh, of course. The individual in charge, I'll give him Shapiro's name and address.
Is that not the man that just went mad from heat?
Certainly seems that way, but that is who is in charge.
I'll be going over your head then, and I will be getting in contact with the organization. This is unprofessional and...
That's entirely fair.
Impossible to fathom. Good day. He turns on his heel and marches out.
Okay.
Let yourself back into the room. As you head back in, Hubert, you are, I guess, like been repositioned against the bed, and Dr. Sam is in the process of cleaning your wound and bandaging it.
I'm feebly pouring at Sam as he attempts to treat me. I keep moaning, Sam, I can't play golf. I've never played it before. I don't even know what it is. I hate that game. There's no places to play in New York. I don't leave New York except to travel.
It's all right. Yeah, it's a good thing you brought a spare pair of pants, because you got a hole in one.
I think I've been stabbed, Sam.
That was good.
Yeah. Very good. Did you want to roll D4?
Yes.
Yeah. Lieutenant Carter is still out of it for the moment, but will begin to wake. Actually, they're fairly drugged. They'll wake,
I'm happy to stay out of it up until, either a while has passed or we end up back in New York. Whichever is sooner.
I'm going to make the lieutenant comfortable.
I'm assuming that involves removing all of the weaponry I currently have on me.
Correct.
I heal 2 hit points. I want to give you guys a moment of me writing several times /roll 1d4 into Twitch chat, being like, why isn't this working? What's happening? Unrecognized command? What do you mean?
All right. You'll heal a little bit. I guess between the three of you then, what is the plan for the next... what do you intend to do? Actually,
we need to get the cure. We have to get the cure to them. Yeah. They're not happy with us at all. I mean, at all. They're quite angry. In fact, we need to get the cure to them just as soon as possible.
We're going to do that. The other thing to remember is this may not be the only snake in the camp.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah. They don't really travel on their own, do they? Oh, okay. Was Old Mate sweating when he came to the door? I mean, he seemed very angry. He did not seem snake-eyed.
Nor did he attack you. You can make a psychology roll sort of retroactively.
Sure. See how many more of these we can take off.
Also, Shapiro.
Hey!
Oh, holy shit! Yes, success.
Give it a big fat tick.
You think he was probably sweating. You remember, but you don't remember cleaning. But also, he definitely seemed to be genuinely astonished at the fact that there was gunshots. He was definitely caught off guard. You believe this to be a real human boy, although perhaps a very good snake actor might be able to disguise himself even further and pretend to be so.
Better spend the 4 points to get the extreme.
No, you don't need the extreme. You don't need to. You're pretty confident on this one. I'm just saying. Also, because what would the strategy there be? Exactly. But
yes, exactly.
You were at about your most vulnerable, and they didn't seem to take advantage of it. So
yeah.
Hey, Dave. What does a really good snake actor perform?
What?
Shakespeare. Shakespeare.
Okay. Well, you lost all the good boy points that we got for Jackson's great hole-in-one pun. So I hope you're happy.
I didn't even commit to it. I just kind of mumbled it.
I thought it was great.
I wasn't committed to it.
I liked it.
And that was my fault.
We can take that again.
I'll take it again for the VOD, yeah.
I think in fairness, Hubert is relatively out of it. I've got very little health. I take a back seat to planning.
Right. Let's strike another one from the sea.
End up resting. Yeah, but fire me away. Pull me back.
All right, here's the thing. Jackson and Art. Alex.
It's just us.
I don't think we can rush out of here with these two the way they are. So we have to keep it slow and careful. We've got to get the cure, and we have to make sure we don't run into any more snakes.
Snake people. I think let's do the cure as quickly and as subtly as possible. I don't think the snake people want us to do the cure, so let's do that if we can. But honestly, if we're discovered, I don't know how many more of these things we can fend off. Priority 1 is getting out of here alive with all 4 of us, so...
Okay.
I have a question.
Yar.
For
Quest
Minnie,
away.
actually.
Yes.
How thoroughly did you check Carter for weapons?
Pretty fucking thoroughly after they stabbed Hubert. And I will make a spot hidden, I will make a...
Not thoroughly enough.
I'm sure it'll be a very difficult thing, but Lieutenant Carter stabbed Hubert. I think I'm going to check pretty fucking thoroughly.
However many you have, Art, I've found one of them. So just
it's right there.
Here's the bayonet. You got the big one.
Mega, do you want to give us a spot hidden roll with a bonus dice, Minnie?
Yes.
I'll say you'll find all but the most well hidden of weapons.
Nice.
A standard success.
I think given the circumstances,
I think there needs to be a contest though.
That's
because
actually not.
I think it should be contested because this is what Ares does.
Sure. Do you want to make
I think whatever can be.
It'd probably be disguise is the problem for actually fully hiding these or sleight of hand when it was active.
Or just whatever your soldier skill is, to be honest, because.
Well,
I don't know. I'm making this hard for myself.
I was gonna say that I can tell you what you find.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
You will find in Hubert a World War I slightly. It's like a brass-colored, very nicely wooden-handled bayonet. The pistol is a Mauser C69, which is also known as a broom handle gun. It was produced in Germany, and it's actually kind of stopped being used by a lot of the British, but there are a handful kind of non-regulation that were floating around.
And was used as Han Solo's blaster.
Yes,
in the
they
original Star
modified
Wars
that
trilogy.
boy for
Inspired by Lieutenant Carter, if you believe it.
You would also find the tranquilizer pistol and a series of darts. There's a number of cases of. I just found out what the type of loading thing was for the Mauser. Specific kind of cartridge, strip cartridge, strip load. But a lot of things, bullets, various sort of pockets of that. But genuinely, what you would find of a thorough search of Carter is that from about the where the shirt line is, all the way down on the inside of the arm, all the way down on the chest, underneath, there's hundreds of little silver scars, all about an inch, just covering that section, and then it sort of more towards the torso. There's a slightly larger, a couple of much larger scars, they don't seem to be there might be a little bit of impinged movement for some of the larger ones, but for the most part, it's just this spattering of little silver lines. That's more what I was curious about. Depending on the thoroughness of the search, you might not have noticed it, but it's something that it's not because it's underneath. If Carter is, because we have seen Carter in just a singlet before. If it's dark, you really only see it when it moves, and it's sort of that shine of that's a different color of flesh. Yeah, you would
that explains the reluctance to use explosive, I suppose.
Among other things.
Hell yeah.
All right. Well, once I think these two are comfortable, should probably go have a look at the machine.
Yeah.
See how that's coming along. We didn't end up getting any more samples from the ravine, but hopefully it's underway.
So, I would like... So, with the intent of getting the cure dispensed as quickly as possible, protecting your two fallen comrades, and get the fuck out of this goddamn place.
While keeping an eye out for lizard people.
Goddamn lizards.
There's a lot going on.
It's a busy day.
Without your main person who's good at looking for danger and killing it.
Wow. You still
It's
got
fine.
them. They're just having a little heroin sleep. Dr. Sam, can you give me a mechanical repair roll, please? And Minnie, can you give me a... actually, sorry,
Stealth?
Stealth? Yeah, hell yeah. What are you rolling stealth for?
To do it without people being like super aware.
Yeah,
Like,
I love that. Yeah, go stealth roll. That rules.
For what reason
Sam do it
am I rolling
quietly.
mechanical repair?
I don't know. Who knows? These things just come to me.
What?
The machine's complicated.
The machines.
Is this for using the machine?
This is for using-
Could I argue medicine? Because I'm not repairing it. And I did read the manuals on the plane here. And it is more of a medical process.
Yeah, but also like there was a snake person tinkering
Yeah,
with
it's
it.
still
We
like
don't
a
know that
mechanical
it's still like
repair roll.
working.
Just for like a goof, I'm just kind of like, that's where my head's at right now. I just think it'd be like funny.
No, it's
for a
entirely
mechanical
because
repair
the
roll.
snake
Nah,
Shapiro
it's-
was fucking with the machine.
It's fine. The machine's
Yeah.
good. Don't sweat it, man. It's all gravy.
Remember, I'm sorry, Art, it's Shapiro, not Snake Shapiro. The formal Latin.
right, of course.
I'm going to use mechanical repair to see that the machine is still in good working order.
It's just as he is. It's fine. You don't even need to tap it. Like, it's all gravy.
We
Oh, he
want
tampered
to.
with this dude.
No!
Yeah, that's been tampered with.
Down.
100%.
Oh shit. Okay.
However, it looks as though
Yeah.
it has been tampered with. However, it appears as though it did dispense the cure prior to being
Oh,
What?
effective.
fuck yeah.
So it printed out, it gave us the printout of how to cure this thing.
It did, however, you can see it's
And
like
it's
you're going to like a print
gone.
queue, and you can see that it was printed at some point, but you don't.
Wow.
You don't.
Surely
Okay.
it's just got like a print the last thing you printed.
You just
command.
redo it. Sure.
So we've gotta, like, rifle through his shit.
If you want to try and interact with it further, it has been sabotaged, however, so it's going to be hard.
Yeah.
Can we
yeah,
not just
well,
rifle through all his shit and see where he put the damn printout?
You could
You start with that. Might have just burned it, but if you want to have a go at that, I'm going to see if I can get it to rejig it, reboot it.
Hubert.
I'll mention a couple of things that I'm going to, at some point.
You are there. You're just not real happy about it. Yeah.
On your feet.
I will eventually. I do get into my backup golf uniform. I walk around a little
Very
gingerly.
gingerly.
I think that I will eventually, the bed's there, and I will scoop up Carter and like put them on the bed and put a little comforter over them. There's no blanket, so I try to look for one. I look under the bed. I forget it's there.
Make a sandy
It's
roll.
terrible time. Put back the blanket. Yeah, I just make sure Carter is comfortable effectively, and get clothes on too.
Noted.
Put the booty away.
Minnie, do you want to make a spot hidden roll to see if it's been?
I sure do.
Go for it.
I sure don't.
17 points.
Yeah.
That's
Do you know what I don't
pretty
have?
important.
Or you
Yeah,
could.
do you know what I don't have?
You could.
What did you have?
You could push it.
Push it real good.
So I think pushing it would be you're going to be loud. What I want to do is say is you basically disrupt Kazine again, and they kind of put the foot down and go get the fuck out. Or something
Okay.
bullshit. However, I'm not really sure how that would be the result of looking for things. It kind of feels unfair for like you shoot a gun in a room and he goes, "Okay, last chance." And you move the bed a couple times. He goes, "Get the hell out."
Is pushing it like going around and asking like
Or maybe
anyone
pushing
else?
Oh,
it
yeah,
is
that could work,
I
getting-
find the remnants of it and it's not usable.
You think it's in the
Or
garbage?
it's hunting
so you go out
everywhere.
to the back and you're like looking through bins or
Yeah,
something.
that works. You really like overcommit. Yeah, I think that works. So basically, you're being a nuisance. You're going. You're scanning everywhere in the house. You're like, "Hey, I need to check your room in case it's in here
Yeah,
for some
yeah.
reason." You're making a thorough sweep of
making
the area.
a
All right, go ahead and roll once more.
nuisance of myself.
Or
Yeah.
he finds out you're looking for the cure and we've lost it.
Or
Yeah, actually,
I alert
that's kind of it.
another
Excuse
snake
me.
person. I feel like alerting another snake person is probably where we're at, especially since I'm on my own here.
Bye bye.
Oh no, sorry, that was wrong. Bonus penalty. I didn't mean to do that. I meant to push.
Reroll.
Blah 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 blah. Blah 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 blah. Yeah.
Yay! That's how it's done.
Okay. So you head out as Dr. Sam's tinkering the machine and making sure everyone's set. You do a circuit of it. You kind of get a little bit of a timeline together. You actually don't think that this all happened that long before you arrived. There wasn't a chance for this to get very far from here. Best case, there's a chance you just destroyed it, but eventually, over a few, 10, close to an hour of searching, you'll end up back in the room. You'll crawl under the bed, and you will find in the last place that he was able to hide it, Shapiro took the note in his mouth and held it so that it wouldn't be lost. And you'll be able to pull it out from in between his sort of wet teeth, unfurl it, and you will find the cure. I will also need a sanity roll from you.
A sanity roll!
Okay.
Good.
You're all right. No points.
Good.
And you have the cure, preserved by Shapiro in his final act. Okay.
Very well done.
With that.
Thank you.
All right, but I better get started. I'm gonna make it.
Okay. Over the next short period, you'll be able to reproduce the cure. This machine has been tampered with, so you'll probably... It was only ever to analyze portions, so yeah, to actually produce it, you'll then go to, the other kits you brought, the chemicals and the bits and the bots, and you'll begin to mass create it. Now, you're not a chemist by trade, I don't think, so this is sort of going through, like, the protocol. It'll take a little while.
I do have 50 in pharmacy.
Oh, you are a pharmacist by trade. I take that completely back. Make a roll, but regardless, you'll be way faster than just kind of jamming it together.
And can I give him a bonus dice just from my general bookiness?
Yeah, 100%.
General nerd bonus.
Yeah, and you
roll.
guys were all... This was the mission you were sent for to train to do, so this is in keeping. Yeah, you read the manual. Go ahead and give me a pharmacy roll with a bonus, please, Jackson.
Here we go.
Don't
need it.
Oh, he's good.
Don't need it.
All right.
It's also not giving me the link to click a bonus die, but I don't need it.
But you don't need it.
Okay. You're able to finish creating the cure, and over the course of this next day, you can dispense it amongst the aid camp, and you will pretty quickly begin to see people, like, benefiting from it. Now, it's not immediate. It's not like get up and immediately but it is clearly sweeping through, and you teach the local, the aid staff to how to apply it to people, and you will be able to save those that are still alive, and effectively end the spread of this intentionally created human-killing disease.
Hooray!
Spread by serpents in the region.
Wow,
well done,
that was easy.
There is no sign of any further actions against you, although many of you are on the lookout throughout the entire time you're there. Whenever someone comes too close or seems too eager, you're studying them to make sure that they aren't there to sabotage. And you don't really give anyone an opportunity to work against you. There's always the chance there was someone still out there lurking, but short of going, room by room and tugging at everyone's cheeks, there's little way to confirm the complete absence of serpentine presence. But for the duration of the day, no one further works against you. What do the two of you, I guess three of you now, Hubert, you begin to stir, and Lieutenant Carter, you'll be cognizant at this point. What do you all intend to do? Do you stay here? Do you wait out the next few days and make sure everything's dispensed? Do you can call this job done and head home?
I think once we've given them the cure and we were aware that it works.
I think they want us out of here.
Oh, they for sure do. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Also, can I have some of that cure, please?
Just in case.
Yes!
Yeah, we'll make enough for everyone.
Yeah.
We'll make enough for everyone on the way home.
Yeah, everyone gets a booster, just in case. I will say now that the cure has been dispensed, no one actually did contract it, although the closest was definitely Hubert.
But had the
you needed to get it. Yeah, you need to get a second. Yeah, that's right. So
his pulse talent saved him.
It did. It's nice to get a win. All right. So you can dispense the cure. You can head back through. You will run back into old Captain Lancaster on the way down, who is eager to understand that the quarantine is now over and they are free to return. From there, you can head down towards the airstrip. Your plane is like at a bit of an odd angle. But you get the wheels up, and again, kind of Dr. Sam's area of expertise. You're able to get it rolling, and eventually back
So
up.
pilot kind of died.
If I can throw out a thing, once Carter is back on their feet and a little more cognizant, and me too as well, because I'm injured, I think there's if there's like a moment for us to talk together, Hubert clearly has decided to sort of be in denial of all the complexities of the situation. So he kind of goes, "You accidentally stabbed me. Did you realize it was an accident, but you got me?" Sort of eyes glazed over, refusing to acknowledge the fear of the situation. But yeah,
Amazing.
back to the plane.
How's Carter doing?
You're muted.
Oh.
Muted.
Oh,
They've lost their voice.
Hi, I'm back.
Oh, no.
How long has it been? Sorry,
A day.
a day. Okay.
You wake up. It
Imagine-
was early in the morning. You also had you very much needed to sleep as well. So you will have woken as
Yeah.
like night was setting in, and you would have headed out and found Dr. Sam
Does
dispensing
that-
the cure, and then preparing to leave probably the next
If we
morning.
have had a night rest, does that mean that we just naturally get a bit of health back? Is that how that works?
Yeah. Everyone can restore 2 points.
hell.
Whew.
And
true?
reset our sanities, which is the more important one at this stage.
Oh yes, good call.
Not
Oh, yeah.
I had 1 point left, and I had several points
Oh,
rolled
man,
like
you're so
ones
close to
or, like,
looking at
D6s.
Shapiro's.
Oh my gosh, it's true. Normal Call of Cthulhu, 1 point per day. Pop Cthulhu, 2 points per day.
Dose.
It's just that easy.
Inflation, it's everywhere.
Nice.
And if there's a pop talent,
A
quick healer
D4
for 3 points a
sanity in
day.
this economy?
I'm trying to think what areas would be like after waking up.
My sanity is fine.
I think Carter probably gets up. And the first thing they do is they locate all their weapons. So
I'll just hand them back. As soon as if Carter wakes up and it does not look like they're in a stabby mood,
just look around.
than usual,
side of the bed.
I will get the bag that I put them all in. Oh, these belong to you. I thought it best to well, I'm sure you understand.
Thank you, Miss Sinclair. And I'll
Quite.
put everything back. Put my
If Carter wakes up and they don't have their weapons, that's going to put them in a stabby mood.
put my
Had to
jacket back
live
on.
in
And I think actually Carter doesn't say a lot outside of the military kind of this needs to go here, this needs to go here, keep everything moving, we've got to get back to New York at some point. And if anyone tries to engage him in conversation, it's very professional. I think is where Carter's at right now.
I think after a bit of that, when nobody else is looking, Minnie's going to give Carter a big hug.
Aww.
Just no conversation, no words, just like a side eye, just like a side eye, and then up, big squeeze, and then back to what we were doing.
Carter will tense incredibly, and then just before you let go, there's a slight relaxation.
Yeah.
Just slight.
Just a big,
Does not look at you.
Oh
Doesn't say anything,
no,
but-
no eye contact.
Well. Okay.
Back to New York.
New
We've got
York
theaters to go
City.
to.
Eh?
We've got theaters to go to. We've got events. We've got tourism to do. I
love downtime.
There's always tourist information in Call of Cthulhu books. I want to go to the Chrysler Tower, David. There's something on it.
So
Don't you live here? Herbert's
Yeah, he just loves
the
it.
type to
he's a
go
tourist
to
in his
every
own
tourist
city,
direction.
absolutely. And he keeps it going back there whenever they update anything. Like there's your plaques. Before that though, so as you get the machine, you get the plane
Yeah,
up
we have
and
to get off
running,
the ground.
you get the wheels back. The wheels go under it, and the wings are normally actually flat and above. So you're going to want to get all those back where they go. The engine, typically those propellers spin. So you're wanting to do that, and the engine's supposed to turn on. So you get all those repairs made, and finally, after another sort of like a half day of work, so there's a fair bit in this. Maybe the Captain Lancaster and some of his soldiers helped out a little bit. There's like, and you begin to take off, flying up over the town of Renau, and as you climb up beyond Mount, I shouldn't have said mountain if I didn't know the name of it. Kinabalu, I think.
Mount Kinabalu, yes.
Why did I even say mountain? I could have said the mountain. I knew I didn't know the name. I couldn't remember it. Yeah, the mountain. As you go up the mountain.
Mistakes were made.
Yeah, you begin to climb through cloud cover. I need everyone to make a spot hidden roll.
Oh no!
Frank!
Dave, we dropped a bomb on them.
Yeah, that's
we killed
wild,
them
huh?
all.
Eat it.
Oh,
Dave,
I am rolling
no.
extremes against you and everyone else.
Yeah. Everyone's
Oh,
good.
Hubert finally saw something.
you're non-discriminatory in your impaling damage.
You begin to
Yeah, we're
climb.
really cautious at this point.
You begin to
Finally get a
climb
wall of
through the
green.
clouds. The sort of opaque white covers the screens. Dr. Sam's at the front looking out, and Lieutenant Carter's at a goddamn swivel, scanning every direction. As you finally punch up and beyond it, you see the peak. There is no sign of the faceless things flying. And you are able to divert your course and head back to New York.
No,
I feel like they were gonna be, and then
No,
Dave
they
heard our
weren't.
reaction,
They
and
got
then
him.
he got rid of them real quick.
I was very.
No, that's just to keep it fucking with us. That's fine.
Sometimes
That's
it's
just
worth
Dave being
it.
Dave.
that's giving
Yeah.
the players a sanity.
Sometimes
I choose to
you get-
believe that we had the power in that situation,
Yeah, you did that.
and we changed it.
Yeah.
You know,
Change
there's
their
one
face.
actually. And it's going for Jackson. It's going to chuck you out of the plane. I never got to throw anyone out of a vehicle. It sucks.
Not Sam. Jackson
Jackson.
specifically.
Specifically, yeah, not the character, the player.
Accidentally looks
Aw.
outside his window and
I was asking for it.
you
No, yeah, except of course you zoom down, like pan down to the bottom of the ship where one creature is hanging on. And dun, 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 and it's
Oh
got this
yeah,
weird-
alien. It's aliens. You get to the end and the mother crawls up through the pit and fight. Should have done that. It's fine. We'll come back to it. I'll do it next time. Race through the skies and can eventually descend back into New York City. Touching down, the plane's a bit of a bumpy landing, and you are home though. Another successful mission. You can all return to your properties and take in some much needed rest. You will not immediately be pressed for a debrief this time, although there will probably be some explanation required.
Shapiro's gone, which is going to be a factor.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
fair.
yeah, I was going to say, like, as soon as we land.
We get our story straight.
Okay,
Oh,
circle
no,
up.
as soon as we land,
No one
and, like, get off the plane, Ares, or Carter, will sort of give everyone a nod. Say, good work on the mission. I'm going to go and make a full report. I will see you later. And I'm going to head off to Caduceus immediately.
Okay.
Oh, we don't want to go all together?
I think we go together.
Like preliminary report. But
If it is a report, you would be expected to all go if you were doing a full, or if you're
Fine.
touching base.
Carter has said they're making a preliminary report. Has not asked people to go, but like is also like they're just gonna go do that.
Oh,
It's
look,
a soldier thing.
If we're starting the report, let's do it all at the same
get it
time.
done.
I do need to go check on my hamster and my mother, but we can go now.
Little stay in the hospital.
None of you're welcome. It was a preliminary report. We can give a full debriefing later, but it's entirely up to you.
Yeah, maybe.
Let's just get it over with.
Okay.
Very good. I'll flag down a taxi.
Like that, a taxi. Bloop, bloop, falling over plane. Yep.
Dave, I assume we're not going to do this on camera, but we will be undergoing an investigative development phase.
Yes,
so
you
we'll
will.
Be able to...
Yes, you will.
Excellent.
Yes, you will.
We're back in New York.
New York City.
In New York.
Which I believe
yeah.
is so nice. They named it twice.
Flag down a taxi. Everyone moves to get in.
Unless
you
there's like
immediately
a
realize
vehicle
you're
for
not.
us here.
There isn't. You immediately realize you're not all going to fit in it, so you flag down a second one. And Hubert can get in that one with someone else and through the streets and towards the Caduceus Foundation. There you'll find, in the heart of New York, the tall headquarters of your charity aid organization and the secret operation that functions inside it, that opposes the mythos all throughout the world. Inside, there's people roaming around, and you know to the rear there are the secret elevators that will take you all the way to the tippy top. Well, one level shy of the tippy top. As you head towards them, there will be someone seated behind the desk who's seeing you come in. Have you like cleaned up, or is Hubert like hobbling there?
We've had a couple
in...
of days, so I assume we would have cleaned up at the camp before.
Oh yeah, that's true. So you're probably not covered in blood, but you're probably still fairly like. It's not great. There's.
If I got my own cab, I would like to elect to be 5 minutes late, and when I come in, I'm wearing a full like backup suit that I've got from one of mine, and a hat and everything as I stroll in.
Horribly wounded,
military
but
precision.
carrying it so well. Okay, yeah. So you don't exactly make a scene, except for people eyeing that fine suit. You're able to head through towards the reception desk towards the back. They give you you give them the nod, and they give you the nod, and there's a wink, and then you go straight past them towards the elevators beyond. Click the button, past the two immense security guards who just look straight forward. The doors slide open, you step inside. Withdraw the key that will take you to the level. Click it. In. Engage. Little switch comes out. Click that button. Go up. And you begin to rise up towards
Inspector
level
Gadget.
7. Yeah, it's sweet as hell. As you get
Mrs.
towards the top.
Parvik, isn't it?
Is what, sorry?
Mrs. Parvik was the.
Yes, that's right. Good memory.
Look at that
notes.
note taker over here.
Yeah, hey, big notes. The door slides open at this other point, and this is the point where Mrs. Parvik is posted. The receptionist down below handles the day-to-day. She doesn't really know what we're going on up here.
Him, I believe that unless it's a different person. Mrs. Antwerp. Miss Antwerp is on the front desk.
Oh, well done.
On the general reception.
Outpaced me.
Had the
Good
page
call.
open.
As you head inside, the reception will step up towards you and say, "Oh, you're back early. We weren't expecting you for a debrief for a few days now."
Well, Ms. Parvik, delightful to see you again. Things have moved rather quickly, and we need to debrief with whomever whoever is next in charge.
Whoever was Shapiro was going to report to, we'd like to report to them.
Yes.
Mr. Shapiro's
Supervisor.
lost.
I'm
Mr.
afraid
Shapiro.
Mad?
that needs to be given to the that information is for a debrief.
Okay.
Miss Antwerp, what is your security clearance level?
11.
Do I know what that means?
Nope. Yeah, it'd probably be about she'd be below you. She'd be like a level below you.
Yeah.
She'd probably have more general clearance, but less specific mission focused stuff.
Yeah, in that case, I will say, with all due respect, Mrs. Parvik, security matters. Yeah, I hope you understand.
Of course. I will alert Mr. Meadham. You can wait around here. And she'll walk you into a side room.
Mr. Medham.
Tells me.
Mr. Medham being the owner of the organization.
Correctamundo.
Amazing. If we have to do with canning, I'm going to punch him. He's the slimy fucker we saw the first time.
He
Yeah.
In Enrico's...
Ooh, awful, because it was a bad
I think it was...
Something-
Is that what we... Yeah, I don't know.
That's right.
Yeah.
Half
Something tells me Hubert probably didn't even know security clearance went up to 11.
Oh no.
I didn't know you needed a security clearance. This is news. I
Hubert lost his
read the
badge day
orientation
too.
document.
There are security clearances and like I don't know if it's called the same thing. I actually don't know, but like in the military, you'd have certain levels of clearance based on what information you could say.
100%.
It's like confidential or top
No,
secret, whatever.
no one tells Hubert anything because they know that as soon as Hubert knows, everyone knows.
Oh, his mom knows, and then everyone knows.
Would you believe it? There's a secret operation inside of Candaceus. I'm a part of it.
Tell anyone.
Shut the fuck up. Just so that whoever's sitting next to you at the opera. Hey man, check this out. Okay.
Yeah, I'm in line at a deli. I'm part of a secret organization.
Yeah.
Silence.
Did you
Our
want
headquarters
sauce
are
or
inside
sir? You can have a Dr. Pepper or a Coke. We're out of everything else.
We fought a snake and I was.
Sir, this is a Wendy's.
Sir, you're gonna need to move along. Take your order and move. All right, you're all moved into a side room, comfortably outfitted with a glass window that looks out over the city. you'll have a little while to debrief if there's anything you want to talk amongst yourselves if you wish it. Otherwise, you will soon hear footsteps approaching.
With the exception of probably turning to Sam at some point and saying, Sam, you are good at reading people. Please make sure Mr. Madam is on the up and up, yes?
Oh,
And then
yeah.
Carter's going to stare out the window, standing, arms behind back, sort of in like a relaxed military to attention. Not looking at anyone.
Okay. You hear
It's
footsteps
It's
approaching.
focused. It's not...
You hear footsteps approaching, and you quickly recognize them as likely far too heavy to be those of the owner. The door handle turns, pulls open, and the immense figure of Canning, direct security and reporting only to Joshua Maedham, stands in the center. He is a huge dude whose bald head brushes the door frame as he stands within it, and he is like the evil twin of Hubert in like the same size. He's also wearing a sort of a cream suit, except his is almost like lemony, or looks like curdled milk, where Hubert's is a beautiful cream. He stands massive inside, and it's clearly been tailored for it, and you can see nicely like tucked away and on a balanced holster, he does have a weapon, a pistol and a knife, squared in bayonets underneath the jacket. He stands between both for a moment, taking in everyone. He's got no eyebrows, no hair anywhere. His head doesn't move whatsoever, but his eyes slide across the room to take everyone's measure, and then not moving from them, he says, Shapiro is dead.
Shapiro is dead, and the machine was compromised.
Presence of serpent people?
Yes.
Dealt with?
We found an outpost that has been destroyed. The backup measure is no longer an issue. And Shapiro, or the creature that wore his face, briefly, is no more. As to whether or not there were additional, we were not in a position to find that out, but as far as we are aware and could ascertain, the threat in the region has been neutralized to the best of our knowledge. So.
Very good. From here on out, you report to Dr. Gonsalves. You'll meet him when you return in 3 days. And he steps back out of the room and leaves.
Okay.
When we return or when he returns?
When you return.
When we return. Oh, we're going to return in 3. Okay, gotcha. Yep.
We've got 3 days to get our shit together.
He strides away, and soon you are left alone and breathe a little bit. The man has a presence. While he's in there, the room loses a bit of its luster, a bit of its quality air.
I'll
Great to
do what
see
I'm
you
told.
again. Good chats.
I'll do what I'm told. I remained silent during that so that I could have a psychology read on him. And,
Oh, yeah.
Carter's request.
A little psych action? Yeah, go for it.
Yeah.
Just what the doctor ordered.
1 point for hard.
Yeah, 1
Is
point
the
for
hard
her.
going to get me any extra spice?
Yeah,
It's literally the last session of the
Yeah,
Sprinkle
just
a little
so.
bit of luck on that.
fire it. This is a man who displays very little. He basically shows no emotion more than is absolutely required. You can see him taking things in. You get the sense that he is more of a conduit through to meet him. And as he was standing there, the entire time you couldn't help shake the feeling that this was a man who is only ever a hair away from violence.
Oh,
If
no.
like if one person said the wrong thing, if it was revealed that, any of you were possibly compromised, it was like gun out, back, clean the team and let's get a new one in. He is not a person to be trifled with. And you would do well to tread very carefully around him. You also
Was
get the
there, like-
sense that through his training, it's sort of like rivals Carter in skill, rivals Smith in size. This is a truly formidable opponent. He's a pretty juicy boy.
I would
in terms
I would
of-
not care to meet him again.
In terms of the level of, like, intimidation, whatever, Carter's being straightforward, but it was also like, not fucking backing down from this.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Was there like how much? This is my question. How much tension was in the air between two people who are very, very well trained to murder?
Yeah, hang on, let's do it. So make an intimidation roll. Let's. I mean,
this is not me trying to like
toe to
act.
toe. It's just fucking vibe. It's the what's up? Let's go. If anyone else wants to go against old boy, you're free to throw yourself in.
Success.
Absolutely not.
I was just reading him.
You want to give a crack at it? I did not plug his sheet in, so I just need to get his statties up. Where's the old boy? What's he up to?
Must not be that threatening if you have no intention of using his rolls.
What's going on here? Oh,
You played your hand, Dave.
Oh goodness!
You played your hand.
No good. This is completely cooked.
Huh?
This is just deranged.
I feel like his intimidate is high.
His intimidate is very high. It's his highest skill.
What's his size, Dave?
90.
He is build.
No, size. Specifically his size.
You can make a. I can tell you, it's 95.
Oh,
He's
Is he bigger than you? Yeah.
He's bigger than
He's probably
me.
got the height and just the bit more muscle.
he doesn't have a pulp talent though. Presumably, he's probably got a pulp talent. I bet he's got a pulp talent.
Yeah, I'm looking at it.
Damn it.
He's got pulp talent.
He's an NPC PC.
Okay, so now currently it just says I've just got the character who's got one skill on it. All right, you got a success. Schwang, watch him fail. Oh, I whispered it. Sorry, ignore that. Well, you can't ignore that. You didn't get it.
I ignored it.
Did you roll an extreme when you whispered it to yourself?
Doesn't matter. The whisper doesn't count.
It's true.
I'd like to pay that.
He is genuinely scary. And you very much have the impression that, and this is probably at the same time that Hubert realizes that this man is actually bigger than him. You realize that he's probably had like special forces training or some shit. He's also been on the mythos hunting game for some time, and people don't come out of the other side of that without being changed a bit. He is not a man to be trifled with, and he kind of gets the edge over you. You give your report and everything without starting, but I think once he leaves, you do feel the sort of like the the relief and the vacuum in your lungs can fill again as you take a breath for the first time since his departure. All right.
And as a man I respect.
That's all it took.
Once Canning leaves the room, I assume there's a silence that fits over for a few seconds. And unless anyone breaks it first, Hubert will say, well, I can pack us in 3 days of activities. A lot of,
Hubert, no. No, I need to lie face down on the floor for at least 1 day.
Relaxing activities, but yeah, maybe let's start. Not today. I'll probably need tomorrow to rest. Day after Let's meet up the morning before we go to Caduceus and Caduceus, and we'll go from there. Maybe a nice breakfast somewhere.
Oh, brunch.
Oh, brunch. Can we go to brunch?
Yeah, we can go to brunch. That can be our activity. We'll get one good brunch and then we're off to the next mission.
Rest up. Well done, everyone. I will see you in 3 days.
Come to brunch. Not taking no for an answer.
I'll pause in the doorway, turn around and be like, I'll think about it. And there's like a very slight smile, and then I'll leave.
Brunch time. Okay. Everyone leaves the headquarters. Another successful mission. You can all immediately get some sanity. Much required. So we'll do this quickly, and then I do want to get some intents from what everyone's doing. If they do anything during the 3 days. I actually make some rollies. You'll get a D4 for killing that flippin' lizard.
Hey.
What was he doing there? You'll get a D6 for nuking the outpost.
Hey!
We reward uncontrolled.
Okay, and this is sanity.
This is sanity.
This is our like rolling these to regain stuff. We can go above our starting sanity, can't we? If we like roll.
You can go above your starting. You can't go above your maximum, which will now be set as 99 minus your Cthulhu Mythos skill.
99 or 100.
We've always done 100 because it's easy to do the math on. So do 100 because I can't be bothered like reducing by one every time.
Don't make me do 99 minus shit.
Just do 100. Do 100. And lastly, you attempted to save the people in the quarantine. You succeeded, so you all gain a D8. Well done. You helped people.
Whoa.
All right, let's roll some dice.
Oh, come on. Why did I roll I got 2, 2, and 1 on everything that I rolled.
Clearly, your guilty
Ripperoni.
conscience. You don't think you did enough. You could have done more. People died, Hubert.
Oh, come on.
And you showed up in golf
That's all right, that's
attire.
fine.
People were dying, and you showed up in golf attire.
I couldn't even play golf, David. I don't even know how. I hate the game.
All right, everyone rolled. What is everyone's intents for these 3 days following? What do people want to get up to? Is there any downtime? Is it just recover? You also, it's only 3 days. You might not heal fully. You're only going to heal 6 points, so it's not even a full.
Oh we're not going to heal. I'm going to go to a hospital and see if I can heal more.
Okay, you can go to a hospital.
My one other action is no one's bigger than Herbert. And I mean that in sort of a slightly metagamey way, but also Herbert's never met someone bigger than him.
Oh, he's sad.
A little weird. I am going to go back to visit Enrico, the suit tailor, who I established works with Canning.
Or you believe he might be the only person in the city that caters to men of such prodigious size.
Yeah, Enrico's big and tall men.
Come on down.
And I would like
Enrico,
to try.
B&T.
I would like to try and sort of charm Enrico as much as I can. Put in a big order, and by that I mean a lot of quantities, not just a big order, because all my orders are big.
And Enrico's big and tall man. That's not going to be enough to get his attention. Enrico's big and tall, deals with the biggest and the tallest.
And
Awesome.
I want to see if I can get any additional info on Canning, even if it's just a vibe. But best case, I don't know. Can I get an address for this guy? Or something?
I dig the intent. So, do you want to do this before? Is this like you leave? So everyone goes. We'll meet up brunch before. I'm going to go to the hospital, and then as everyone heads off, Hubert doesn't get the taxi. He takes the stairs, heads down to the subway, takes one stop open, and visits Enrico's before heading to the hospital and checking himself in.
Yeah, I think so. I think I do.
Okay. So as everyone splits, Hubert makes his way through the familiar subway lines. Even as a man, of high class and culture, it's New York. You know how to travel through here, and sometimes the tube is the fastest way to get around. Eventually, you come up the stairs on the other side, and walking down a busy street, you will find a small and unassuming-looking building. This is Enrico's fashion for big and tall, for the big and the tall. It looks very plain, and on the inside, it doesn't look to be very assuming. It's a rather plain, just rack-looking suits and things. Many oversized, but this isn't what you're here for. His son, who works at the counter, the bored-looking young man, recognizes you, and he'll usher you through to the back, where stepping inside, you find Enrico himself and his private studio, where he caters to only the most the richest and the fanciest clientele, those of demanding taste, the biggest and the tallest in the goddamn city. As you come inside, he holds out his hands to you. He says, "My goodness, Mr. Smith, you've come back. I'm so glad, and you look fantastic in that suit."
If I do, it's only thanks to you. But trust me, I've had a shocking couple of weeks, and I'm going to be needing to place a very, very big order.
Oh, Mr. Smith. I love to work with you. Your size are prodigious. And take a seat. Have a tea or a brandy while I take your measurements. By God, man, have you gotten bigger? He takes the advice.
I love this guy.
Holds it there.
Fantastic.
You're fantastic. What could I do for you? A big order? What are you thinking?
Well, I mentioned a few things. I talk about some of the latest styles. Hubert does keep up with fashion, kind of thing.
Cutting
and then
edge.
he also, I saw someone the other day. Someone cut with a suit that I immediately knew had to have been from you. It couldn't have been anybody else, and I was very interested. It was a departure from your usual style, I think, but it had that signature blend, I suppose. Kind of a off-white suit, made for a man maybe a little bigger than me, and I will dance around describing Canning as if I sort of just saw him and was struck by him without being like, "Hey, tell me about Canning."
He'll be like, now, Mr. Smith, I cannot discuss my clientele. I not only are they big and tall, they are discerning. And some people, you know, they don't wish to have their information spread about. All the same, can you give me a social roll? I would take anything but intimidate, I think.
I would like to make a credit rating check.
Okay. I tell you what, make a credit rating check, but it's gonna get you a bonus dice. It's not giving you the roll. At some point, you still need to be social.
Okay, sure. That makes sense. All right, I'm going to make a credit rating check. That's a success.
You take a bonus dice.
And then, therefore, I will make a persuade check. Enrico, that's for your standard clientele. You and I, you know.
Those are for small men. Sure. We're big men here.
And the bonus, that'll go to a 40. As we have established, we are at the end of the cycle, so I will give you...
You don't know.
Oh.
Okay. You talk to him, you dance around, and you will see... At first, he doesn't seem to recognize, and then you can see his face slip a little bit. And he goes, yes, I'm sorry to say that the gentleman has shopped here in the past. I always took you to be a man of fine company, Mr. Smith. I do hope you're not associating with his sort. Well, despite his size, I'm afraid to say his heart does not match it. He has been a cruel man to me, and I'm the only one who will serve him. He has been quite nasty to my son when he took his measurements, and now the boy and my wife simply refuse to be in his presence. I'm the only one who can tend to him. Although he pays well, he is a vicious and nasty sort.
I am shocked to hear this, Enrico. I do hope that I keep good company, and I value yours far more than I value any man of cruelty. How... This is shocking to me. Is he a local? Has he been in New York long? I feel like I should have seen him around. You know, if he's shopping from you, I would have expected to be aware of him at social gatherings and things like that. But
the man has been shopping from me for some time. Yes, a number of years. Although he is sporadic with his payments, he always overcompensates for, well, between you and I. As I said, he's vicious, and I suspect little others will cater to him now. And given his, his size, he is limited in his choices. He would do well to stay on the good side of Enrico.
We all would. I will try and gather any other sort of like incidental information that I can, but I don't push any much further than just hearing that he's sort of generally cruel is probably enough.
Do you... He kind of seems to be kind of dancing around a little bit as well, of trying to understand if you associate with this man, because you've kind of mentioned him and just saying, and he kind of knows you. You wouldn't have just come in here and made demands of who his other clientele are. You respect. Yeah.
Well, in which case, you know, I'll push forward a little bit. You know, we finish the measurements, we go for the suits, and then at the end I say, Enrico, tell me, I've come across this man, and I know his name. It's Canning, and
no, it's not. But I'm sorry. I think we've made a mistake, Mr. Smith. No, it isn't.
I describe him, the blah blah blah. You know, tall man, no eyebrows. You know, cream-colored suit. I've come across him in business and needed to know if I needed to trust him, but he gave me his name as Canning.
Unless the man walks with a twin, the man I served is a Mr. Hosh.
Mr. Hosh. Thank you very much, Enrico. I think I was about to ask you about his honesty. I think I have my answer.
Steer clear of him, Mr. Smith, and I'll trust that you won't mention my indiscretion here in trusting you.
The only thing I could possibly mention about you, Enrico, is the quality of your wares and your good cheer. And then I will head off.
Champion. All right, you can take your leave. From Enrico's big and tall, with a little bit of information uncovered.
Well, I mean, side note, I'm sure he hasn't, I'm sure he's not giving his real name to his tailor. I don't think we've uncovered
Yeah, but now with two names, you can start to narrow stuff down, right? And also, I don't know, Hosh, I just feel like there's a little bit of like World War I history that's crept into the to through some of the characters. Could be a character point. I don't know.
If he's a professional, he's got one name for his tailor, one name for his, butcher, one name for his baker, one name on his library card.
If he was a professional, he wouldn't have slipped up like this, Jackson.
If he was a professional, he wouldn't have crossed the Smith.
If he was a professional, he'd be ordering all his suits from Chicago.
Yeah, exactly.
There's nowhere quite like Enrico's big and tall on the eastern seaboard. Shop where you can.
Right.
One more thing before we depart, as Mr. Smith will head towards the hospital for some much needed R&R. Does everyone else return home?
Briefly.
Okay.
Oh, Ricardo's up to no good as well.
I'm gonna go home and
okay. Can I
transcribe all my notes and start studying? And I want to study some narco.
Can I get a spot hidden roll from all three of you?
Oh.
All three.
As you look up into the clouds,
Oh,
I think you can see something.
Hard success.
You don't gotta be like that, Dave. You don't gotta.
Oh my god! Fuck.
Go away.
God.
Okay, so
Go away.
hard was the starting point on these, and you all crushed it, and I'm
yes, we did.
and I'm dealing with it. That's fine. All right, let's get the old notices
Hey,
out.
Dave.
Yeah, what's
Dave.
up? How can I help you?
Go away.
Okay. First of all, Carter, as you head back into your accommodations, always very neatly kept, clean, sparse, Spartan even. Everything appears to be in its place. As you get to the door and you open it and you push it aside, you linger for a moment. Something on the very edge of your vision has caught your notice. And as you step back in, you like sort of balance on one heel and then take a step back. And standing in the threshold, you crouch down to assess your lock. And you will find the barest imprint, like a smudge on the edge of it, of what looks like it might be some sort of ash or clay, where you have some reason to believe that an impression of your lock may have been made.
Good.
Minnie, as you head home and walk inside the sort of like the organized chaos of your apartment, the local cat curling around your legs and stepping inside the teetering piles of books. It's a chaos that only you know. And although it is still chaotic, it is not quite your chaos. Some pieces have definitely been moved from one point to another. And as you get towards your desk where you work regularly, pieces have been sort of spread away. And you find a couple of like marks on the edge, 4 points in corners, where you believe a typewriter may have been rested here for some time, and given the grooves, they may have been tip-tapping away for quite a while. You also notice one of your personal journals moved a little bit, and you get the impression someone may have been in your house and may have made copies of some of your notes. Lastly, Dr. Sam, as you head back towards
I'm going to take my key out from under my doormat and then go, oh, I got to give that back to Farmer Brown next door.
No, that actually works perfectly. As you go and talk to Dr. Brown, he says, "Must have gotten in late last night, Dr. Sam. I saw the lights on. Thought you might come in early this morning and say howdy, but good to see you. Hope your trip went well."
Oh, yeah. It was a good trip. To be honest, bit of a time zone difference, so I think I just collapsed as soon as I walked in.
Yeah,
good to be back.
I'll let everyone know. I got a tractor that's acting up and a cow that's doing the same, so I'll bring a pass tomorrow if you don't mind.
Oh, it's not a good combination. We better get that sorted out.
All right, well, thank you, Sam. We'll see you soon. You head back, and the light that were on that you mentioned were in your shed, your garage, and you head inside and click, and you got those like this cool fucking hanger thing. The lights turn on and show all your contraptions and your flying machines, and your bits and your bobs. And as you walk along them, a lot of them covered in like draped sheets and things, nothing seems to be disturbed. But someone was definitely in here. If the lights were on last night, that's strange. You walk towards the back and operating on instinct, maybe following a trail that you're only just barely aware of in your subconscious. You walk all the way towards the back, where you have a couple of abandoned projects, things that never took off. Flying machines with blades on the top. No chance. Oh, that's actually, yeah, nice. I guess to me. You get towards the back, and you crouch down, and you find a drop sheet that's like the dust has been shifted around, and reaching underneath it, you find a muddy shovel and a golden wedding band delicately placed just on top of it.
What? That's
What?
weird.
What?
As you look at the wedding band, you can see that it has engraved on the inside of it the name Bresciani, Italian.
What?
That's straight up weird, yo.
Mm-hmm.
I think we've got a mystery on our hands,
Okay.
folks.
And with that information, with a little visit to the big and tall and a visit home, and some bits and pieces uncovered, we are going to park our session there, and we'll pick up with some investigations and further actions that can all be taken as we return next week to the two-headed serpent. Cheers y'all for playing. Thank you everyone for watching. Make sure you check out the streams next week for some Rune Quest and some Regency Cthulhu, and we'll see you all in a week. Catch you soon.
Thank you for keeping.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.